Hello guys, my name is Rakesh Patil. I completed my B North Maharashtra University and today's date is 12 January and today's topic is multithreading. Then we multithreading we can discuss about what is thread and multithreading in Java programming language. Means we can develop multithreading by using the Java programming language. A multithreading program contains two more parts that can be run correctly and each part can handle a different task at the same time, making optimal use of the available resource, especially when you computer has a multiple CPUs. By definition, multitasking is when the multiple process share common processing resource such as CPU. CPU is one of the example of multithreading. Multithreading extends the idea of multitasking into application where you can subdivide specific operation within single program. You can you can write a code for print to console a to b integer and second multi thread you can access a integer 1 to 9 and also in a capital and small alphabets. Life cycle of a thread. What is thread? The thread goes through various stages in this life cycle. For example, a thread is born, started, runs, and dies. The stages of a thread is a what we can start with the new. A new thread begins with the life cycle in the new state. It remains a state until the program starts the thread. It is also referred to born thread, runnable. What is runnable? After newly born thread is started, thread becomes runnable. A thread in this state considered to be executing its task. Third stage is waiting. Sometimes a thread transition to the waiting state while the thread waits for another thread performs task. Thread transfer transition back runnable state only when another thread single waiting thread to continue execution. Time waiting. A runnable thread can be enter time waiting state for special interval time. A thread in this state transition back to runnable state when the time interval expire when the event is waiting for occurs. Terminate is a last thread which can also called a dead thread. It is task otherwise terminated. Thread priorities. Every Java thread has a priorities that helps operating system determine the order in which threads are scheduled. Java priorities are in the range between minimum priorities and maximum priorities. It can use an argument with 1 to 10 as a value. It means you can give the priorities of number 5 the thread higher priority more than program is should be allocated process time before lower priority thread. However, the thread priority cannot guarantee the order in which thread execute and are very much platform dependent. Create a thread by implementation of runnable interfaces. If your class intended to execute as a thread, then you can achieve this by implementation. A runnable interface you will need to follow their basic steps. Step 1. As a first step, you need to implement a run method by run and bracket. Method provided by the runnable interface. This method provides an entry points for the threads. You will put your complete business logic inside the method. And we can also find the instantiator thread object using the construction. We can use what is the syntax of the thread for runnable code. Thread in bracket runnable thread object string thread name, where thread object is an instance of the class that implements the runnable interference, that name of the given new thread. We can, once a thread object is created, you can start by calling start method, which is execute a class, a call to run method. That is example for void start. Public void start, the start the thread in the separate path execution, then invokes the run method. What is a thread object which created in that method? If this public void run bracket, if this thread object was instantiated using a separate runnable target, the target run method is invoked on the runnable object. Thank you.